Welcome
Here
back,
we
Panther
are.
fans. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham,
Hey, y'all.
Tim Thurber,
Hello.
and this is State of Atlanta. It's cold down here. It got cold.
Yeah, no, out here too. It was great though, because the beer that I mentioned that I've been letting sit outside, I never touched it. And today I drank it. Today I drank it just fine. I had no problems.
It sounds like you had more than just one.
I had a few. I get this whole week off, and I'm enjoying today.
You have to sample just to make sure they were all good, right? I mean,
Well, it got to be about lunchtime, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna have lunch." And then I was like, "Oh, but man, it's podcast day, so I hope I have enough beer in the house." And so I started taking like a mental inventory, and I don't know how much beer I have available, but I think it's just enough. I think I'm gonna drink all the beer in my house today.
Let's see it.
I just
Let's see
have
it
a few more to go.
I like the goals. It's solid. You're like pre-planning for 2026.
Yeah,
This
I
is
can
like
handle all this previous 2026, 2025 beer.
Got to clear it out.
I gotta knock it
This
out.
is the most worthless week. It's absolutely the most worthless week. Nothing gets done. If you're trying to get something done, no one else is doing anything, so you can't get anything done. It's just
Don't
like
do it.
the biggest dead period. Yeah.
It's
Which
a
is
trap.
also like not that bad. If you wanna not take time off, you can still like work and not have to do anything.
So
And I don't have to go in the office. So
I normally would do that. I normally would just like work because everyone else takes off, and so it's just like, oh man, it's the easiest week of the year to work. But
Totally.
my whole company closes this week, so I don't have it. They didn't give me a choice. They were just like, yeah, we understand. Like some of you guys were milking this, and so they basically like closed that for me. So
well. Oh well. All
It's
right.
fine.
Well, it is fine. All right. So some Georgia State stuff. We had a basketball game,
A
What?
very difficult basketball game.
if you want to call it. Well, it looked like it was going to be difficult. This was a Division II team. I think somebody posted on Panther Talk that they just started allowing guys to go. There was an all-girls school up until like 5 years ago or something. So it's a nobody school. What was it College of Charleston? Not Charleston. Columbia College.
Columbia. The
Columbia
Fighting
Charlotte.
Koalas.
Yeah. Now their mascot was pretty badass. A little.
It
You never
was.
seen
I was jelly.
an aggressive Aquala look. It was pretty good. I thought it was good. But they're purple.
I
so
love
they're
it.
horrible.
But also, it's a koala. Koalas like literally wake up for like an hour a day to poop.
And they all have
That's-
chlamydia.
Yeah, and then they just like sleep while they're eating. They literally just nothing.
Wait. So I wonder if they had a mascot before they were an all-girls college, and if they did an all-girls college with the mascot has chlamydia, like that's awesome.
Anything's possible, right?
But they played UNC Wilmington the day before us at noon. Our game was at 5, right? So they were like basically 24 hours removed from having played another game, and they lost that game 100-56. So I was like, all right, this will be a good testing ground to see how we're gonna do. And I had to leave the game early, but when I left, we were ahead, but not by 100-56 ahead. It turned out not to be too bad, 110-72. But Tim, you were there for the whole game, or at least I guess you missed the tip off or whatever.
Did.
Did it just like when I left, they said, okay, now we can score?
I think so. They definitely felt like the koalas ran out of gas, essentially. I think they're tired. They're tired koalas. Hey, look, they pooped on the floor and they're eating and they've done as much as they could do.
Only awake for an hour a day, and so 2 hours, like they just that second hour must have slowed them down.
You
I don't
can't
know.
get the full 2 hours in out of the guys.
That's right.
I mean, they didn't do terrible. I mean, if you look at like some of the team stats, 46% from the floor, 57% from three, they just didn't have as many chances like we did.
Yeah. It took us a couple of minutes to even get ahead of them in the score. And I know a lot of times that happens when smaller teams are playing bigger programs. I mean, we've seen the same thing with us. We led Duke for the first minute and a half of the game. But, we just really struggled to get ahead of them. And once we did, we kind of maintained it, but it was close. What I don't have the numbers, but the halftime was we were up by 10 or 12 or something. It wasn't that impressive. And they were hitting their threes, but they did look slow and unable to respond like fast breaks and stuff like that really well. But it's a Division II team. It was NAIA team.
Yes.
Even less than Division II. So we were supposed to win. We did by a lot. I guess it's a win, right?
We didn't turn the ball over. We like completely outclassed them in rebounds, which you should as a D1 team against an NAIA. I mean, there's just no reason to lose. It did feel oddly weird, probably through what 3/4 of the first half. Then we started to pull away just a little
Right.
bit by half.
Don't love that.
We still did. None of us felt comfortable. I can tell you that much. As an Atlanta fan, knowing how Atlanta things go, I was like, if we collapse against the Koalas, we're done. Like,
Yeah, it was.
I was like,
Tim.
fighting koalas. Sorry.
I mean, there was a solid period of time there that I thought we were going to lose that game. Like, I mean, or that it was going to be a lot closer than it should. So when I finally looked at the score, 110-72, we gave up. We let them score more than UNC Wilmington did, but we put up more points than UNC Wilmington did. So I guess it's a wash. It's a good win, and now we're done with the out of conference. And
4 wins, guys. 4, count them.
I think there's some like websites, team rankings or something like that I get an email from every week and kind of gives updates on whatever team you subscribe to. And I think it said after that win, we only are expected to win like 4 or 5 games the rest of the season. That's what our matchups look like.
You're bringing me back down to earth, David. Thank you.
Honestly, it's exciting that our team could score over 100 points in a single game. Like just in general, like just the way I've seen shooting happen over the last few years, and it's not even like just this group of people. I really do think it's coaching. I have no idea what is going wrong with coaching, but I think to get to college, you have to be shooting better than you shoot at Georgia State in general. So it has to be coaching. With our shooting, scoring over 100 points is that's pretty amazing.
That was that they really seeing the game what it was before, the 100 to 56 before. I was like, that's what was going to be my metric. Can we score 100 points against this team? UNC Wilmington did it. Can we score 100 points? And so when we scored more than 10 more than that, I'm like, all right, yeah, they were probably tired from having just a not even a full day's rest.
Was it literally the day before?
Noon on Saturday.
Ooh, that's gonna be rough. Nope. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. They were tired.
So they probably drove back to Columbia that night. Probably drove down for the game Sunday morning, which is why it was when it was. We had the doubleheader with the women's team. Someone said they got swapped. They got flipped. Originally, the men's team was first. The women's was going to be afterwards. I don't know.
What if the Quals are like, hey, can we go second?
He's like, it may take us a minute to get from Wilmington.
We're just trying to nap a little bit. We're just trying to get a nap in. If you could just like let it go.
Well, I know it's been 5 o'clock for at least a week or two because I saw it on the calendar. But someone said that when the schedule first came out, it was an earlier game.
I feel like it did say like 2 a long time ago.
So maybe they just flipped the women's and men's game. I don't know.
It's fine. We're at Marshall tomorrow
at
4
Marshall.
p.m. What do you have to do on New Year's Eve?
Watch Georgia State at Marshall.
Georgia State basketball at 4 p.m.
I was looking at ESPN's rankings of their little power index they got of college basketball teams. So we come in at a
on it
306. I think there's like 330 Division I college basketball teams. 330 something. It's in that ballpark. Yeah. We come in at 316. Marshall is 155. So they are like
should be no problems.
They are twice better than us.
So, where does App State sit? That would be an interesting metric. Are they in the 2s?
I didn't pull everything in. I just got Marshall and Coastal since we're playing them next. Coastal's 235. So
I'm just looking at our only Sunbelt win.
I know, right? And we have them coming back up again. So it's at Marshall, at Coastal, and I think the next game is hosting App. So can we go for? Have we swept any teams under Coach Hayes?
Hell no. There's no way.
There's no way. It's not mathematically possible that we would have swept a team since he's been here, right? I mean, because hell, we didn't win road games.
Weird.
It'd be really easy to find out if we did it because all you got to look up is what road games we've won, like both of them, and see what it looks like or if we want to beat them here. So yeah, it's probably not gonna be pretty tomorrow, and it probably won't be pretty on Saturday either. We beat Appy. I don't know what their as far as their ranking goes, but
we'll just say they're in the low 2s.
They are right now. I mean, the standings don't mean garbage right now in the conference, but they are 5th in conference. They have they're an 8-6 record, 1-1 in conference play, just like we are. So I don't know. James Madison is like next to last right now in the conference standings, only because they have not won a conference game yet. They're 0-2 in conference. Them and Monroe.
It's all football.
They've played, right? They've played, right? Though, like the Sun Belt didn't screw that up, did they?
No, they're 0-2 in
Which is
Sun Belt play.
0-2? Oof.
And for some reason, who is this? Marshall is 0-1. I don't know. Because Troy and Marshall have only played one Sun Belt game so far. I guess they were better at scheduling their out of conference schedule. They actually had more opponents to play. So, but yeah,
Nice.
it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I don't really have much else about basketball. There's not much to say. I got to go my first game. I got to go to. I got to sit in the hospitality area. That was kind of it. It's a lot smaller than I kind of visualize it being.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
it's
know.
fine, right?
Oh, it was fine. It was more than enough for what we had.
Yeah.
Attendance was actually a lot better than we expected. I brought my father-in-law with
surprised.
me, who has season tickets to Syracuse. Granted, they play in a dome, a huge dome, but I was like, so this is not going to be like a Syracuse game. It's going to be very sparsely attended, but it was actually
It's intimate.
not horrible for us.
Intimate.
Yeah.
That's good.
I do like that you're able to have your drinks while you watch the game from there, and then you're able to buy more right there without having to go out to the concourse.
You can buy
That
more
was
right
true.
there.
Yeah.
It's new.
Newish.
Was that
So
yeah,
that-
it was the same
I could
lady.
not buy before. Remember, I remember like when they closed it down before at the half, I had to go upstairs and buy more. I had to leave and go upstairs. So that's good.
No, they gave the lady that does they handed out the drink ticket or beer. They handed her a little square pad or whatever it's called, and she was able to ring beer up right there.
Thank
So,
God. That makes so much more sense.
Yeah,
Man, a good heavy win for them. That's good. I mean, it's a
Especially
simple
think
thing,
about it.
but win.
when you have 2 beer, what do you want after you've had 2 beer?
3 beer.
3 beer.
Exactly.
Then
You
4
have
beer.
you get a captive audience. Like you may have some people that come out to a game and they're like, they walk by the concession stand like, I don't want to get in line to get a beer or whatever. But then you give somebody 2 free tickets, they're gonna buy more beer. Or at least
Yeah.
the degenerates
I
like
will.
ourselves.
A beer every 10 minutes. You got to have a beer for every half of the half, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's weird drinking beer at a basketball. I'll like if I'm watching a game at home, I'll probably like be on my third one when the game is over. But you take me to the game, I'm just like chugging that thing as fast as. But maybe it's just painful to be there or something. I don't know. But
Well, I will
yeah.
say, like, when I was irritated when I was there about having to go get a beer, it was that there was another place to purchase beer while there wasn't a place where I was in the fancy spot and I was like, oh, I can't get a beer here. I was annoyed that I had to go trek
Right.
elsewhere to go find a beer.
it's not
It wasn't
easy.
necessarily that I had to pay for the beer. It was just
Right.
that I had to go somewhere else for the beer. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense. There's beer available, but there's no beer available here.
And it's not easy because they even have when you come out of that section, they at least what it was for me, they had the way to get to the stairs was roped off. So the
Yeah.
only option to get up top was to take the elevator. So now you're waiting on an elevator. Granted, it's not slow, but I feel like I can probably do those stairs faster than an elevator can operate.
I always take
So
the
you gotta go-
stairs like one flight.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely 1 up, 2 down. I'm definitely taking the stairs, and a lot of times I'll do more than that. I said do. But-
You koala.
You have nothing on that level, and so you've got to go up to the next level. It makes a lot of sense for them to do that. I
It's a
didn't.
big win.
Yeah.
It's a small
Which is-
win, but it's a big win. It's like a small thing that's a big win, and like it proves that they're listening to us.
Yeah.
Which is weird
Well,
though,
they-
because like last year you were able to buy it in hospitality if you ran out of tickets.
Were you?
Yeah.
I
'Cause
never
people did.
remember buying anything down there, but I always had a lot of people handing me
Yeah.
tickets. So
We didn't
Yeah.
need to. But they
Yeah.
did sell them. So that's like, I don't know, maybe they redid this and they started over. They just didn't think through logistics. And they're like, oh, she needs a way to take payment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
that's good.
it was
though.
nice. There was another thing that happened that Tim, I know you've already said that you don't care at all, and Ryan, I'm assuming that you don't care because based off conversations we've had in the past, but they didn't play the national anthem before the men's game. And I know, Ryan, I think you've gone on record of saying you don't understand why we play it before
Because
every
they played
single
it
sporting event.
before the women's game. There you go.
They played
Not
it
that we do it though, that everyone does it. It's very normal to do it in America, and I think
Right.
that's
Right.
weird. So it's sort of
Right.
weird that we didn't. I'll agree with
How
you
many-
there. I'm glad.
We did. You just did it on the first game.
How many people would know our national anthem if they did not play it before sporting events?
Oh man, it's muscle memory for me, man, from school, I think. I don't know.
I mean, if if you watch, anything play like what's it called, the oath of office, like the president, whatever, you'd hear it there. You probably hear it I don't know, do they do it like before the debates or something like there's just as far as like when you would actually hear it, sporting events, there's the only way I really know the words to the national anthem. So
Yeah.
but it
You
was
hear
weird.
it a
Yeah,
lot.
they played it before the women's game. How many people were there for both? How many people came for just one? I get it. It's fine, but it's also just kind of weird because like we're sitting there and I was kind of waiting for it, and then we started to tip off, and I guess it just kind of didn't click. My father-in-law looks over and he's like, they didn't play the national anthem. So that's his takeaway from going to a Georgia State game. And he's not a super
You didn't tell him?
patriotic,
You didn't
whatever
give him
guy.
the info? You didn't tell him like, hey, father-in-law, they actually played it on the first game.
Well, I was like, maybe they did before the first game. I don't know.
You should have asked him, do you feel less patriotic than you did before? Are you worried about your own patrioticness? Like, do you think that like maybe we don't?
Are you losing your
America?
superpower?
Maybe we don't love America. I don't know. Like, are you worried?
He's not one of those kind of like flag, wearing flag in his house, whatever.
Yeah.
He's not one of those kind of guys. But as being like, as common man patriotic as somebody could be, that's his takeaway from going to the game. Is Georgia State didn't play the national anthem before their basketball game.
Actually, I do care, David, because you know what? I'd have been on time if they had played it.
That's true. You would have made tip off then.
I was counting on the national anthem and the whole pomp and circumstance to carry me into the arena right on time. Actually, there was like a bunch of people.
Go ahead, Tim. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say like we were trying to get in. There was like this line of people. I don't know. And it's like no one could figure out. Hey, these are Koala fans. They probably don't have hospitality. Why are they in this line? Like mucking it up. And it took them like 2 minutes to dispatch them away to be able to get through that security area. That's probably also why we're a little late.
That is probably something that was not thought of before that should be thought of when it comes to fans coming to games. That gate entrance, that VIP entrance, what do you want to call it? Gate 1, or I think it's called. If you park in the parking deck, that's the first thing you see. If you walk out of the blue lot, right there where you pull into the blue lot, that's the first gate you see. Now, granted, when you pulled in, you probably went past gate 2, and that's a big thing going on there. Everyone can tell that's a major entrance. But if you've never been to a Georgia State game before, I can't believe they actually had Koala fans there.
Go there.
Look, I'm walking up, I see an entrance, I'm going to go in there, and then they get in there, and it's the center of the hospitality area. They had that area roped off to get upstairs for the common folks seats and everything. Yeah, it's confusing. There probably should be some better signage. This is VIP ticket holders only or something right there.
It's built for people who go to
two.
every single game.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then since it is that VIP experience, it is people go there all the time. When you have someone like Tim or anybody that's regular and has that type of access, how many times are you going to get frustrated because you're waiting for somebody who has no clue what's going on, and you don't want to be the rude person, and the security people aren't being rude enough, which is weird. Weird in Atlanta to not be rude enough.
Stadium people probably don't know what they're doing half the time.
Actually, all of our ticketing people and security people have always been super nice. I've never had a bad experience with anybody.
They're nice, but they're ill-informed. I will say, it feels like
I agree.
They do not understand what's happening. They don't even always understand how to scan your ticket properly. But I don't feel like that's necessarily I know it's their job to do it, but it's not their job to figure out how to do it.
The guy that took my ticket.
It feels like you get hired, you just get a basic training on here's how you scan tickets.
I was doing the no contact, whatever you call it, not scanning the tickets, but
NFC.
You get the NFC, whatever.
Yeah.
So he knows that his sensor's on the back of his device, and I guess he thinks it's got to be the back of my device. So I'm looking at my phone, and he would turn his upside down to do mine, and then had to turn the screen really quick to see that his. I mean, my phone lit green, but he had to turn to make sure that his device lit green as well. So I was like, dude, these things just got to be close to each other. It's not that big of a deal. But
I had a lady take my phone and she flipped it over and put it on top of the Zebra device. And I was like, I don't care. As it scans, I'll just keep walking. I'm good. I don't have to tell her that, hey, you just put the two things on top of each other. That's it. That's all I got to do.
That's all I got about basketball. It was good. Yeah. I did have a conversation with Coach Stromdahl, baseball head coach, while I was there. I just walked up to him, was going to be just to say, hey, it's got to be exciting to have the baseball stadium finally being announced. And he did tell me that there will be some kind of official ribbon cutting ceremony or something to kind of kick off the thing eventually. It's just it was.
No, I don't believe him. I mean, he might go out there himself and go do it, but I don't believe that that's a plan.
Right.
But what he did tell me was, like, I walk up and before I can even get anything out of my mouth to him, he said, "Man, you guys got to stop ripping on us or stop giving us a hard time." I forget his exact words, exact quote. I'm paraphrasing what he said. But I'm like, dude, we love you specifically and the baseball team.
We're not ripping on Stromdahl or the baseball program.
We love the baseball program. Yeah.
I don't know any time we've said anything negative. I mean, we've talked about how garbage the Panthersville ballpark is and how
it's lovable. It's a lovable park.
The new stadium hasn't lived up to what our expectations, our standards for building something new. But as far as what comes down to like game,
for me, frankly,
yeah,
I'm good. Not even.
I like it. I actually really like what they're building. I'm fine with it. Like I'm not upset at all. I know there was like some fear mongering early on about like, oh man, they're just going to give us like a sandlot or something or like some bullshit. But like it's way better what they've at least expressed they're going to build. I'm excited about it. The only thing I'm upset about is that the wall won't be around. Like I think that's weird and stupid.
Well, so I did ask about that.
That's my complaint.
It's not even in that spot or something. Is the word.
I asked about that, and I had a few beers before I got to the game, so I had a few beers by this point as well. And I was a little flustered by his whole comments about not being supportive, and so I'm not sure if I got a clear answer on it. But yeah, he said that they're not even sure if the wall there is actually the exact spot that it was that the ball went over, anyways. But that it's going to be taken care of and it's going to be done well. And they don't the spot for the wall for Hank Aaron's spot will not be inside the fences of the stadium because they do not want people trying to jump the stadium after hours or anything, trying to get pictures and everything like that.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it won't be right there. It won't be some like little painted box on the fence that says this is it. It'll be somewhere.
The original thing we thought was that there'd be a sidewalk up the sideline, right? Like in front of, or maybe behind or in front of whatever sideline
somewhere
seating
in the outfield,
there is there. And then in the outfield, there'd just be like a circle of sidewalk around like where the wall is, and that you'd be able to go there at any given time that you'd like, because that's what people do. Like they travel in from out of town, they go there. That's like a weird baseball mecca where like people just like baseball fans just want to go see that wall. They don't care
all the time.
That
you and I have had firsthand experience. Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. We were just sitting out there and there's like Tennessee guys showed up wearing all his like puke orange bullshit. And he was just like the friendliest guy in the world though. And he was like, "Oh, I'm here for this other thing." I think he was here for a Braves thing and was up in Cobb County and just was like, "Oh, but I just made the trek 30 minutes south because I just really wanted to see where this happened and I wanted to see the wall," because he's a big baseball fan. And we see it happen. It happens all the time.
And even then, like, he got out there and he went to go look at it, and his wife's like, "You want a picture?" And he's like, "I guess." Like he didn't go there to get that picture to put up on a wall. He just wanted to go see it. And the fact that she asked to take a picture, he's like, "I guess so. I guess I'll get a picture with it."
Baseball people, man, they're freaking weird. Historians, the bunch of them, the lot of them, they're historians.
When we started our construction, I was like, "Shit, I know I probably took a photo of it. I think."
Right.
Is it too late? I'm like, I want to go out there right now.
Just go to Google Maps. There's a lot of pictures right there of it. So
I know. But I mean, we've walked by it a million times, right? Like it's like commonplace for Georgia State. It's just there. Yep, there it is. Yep.
Yeah, but that's my only qualm with anything with baseball. I feel like maybe some people don't listen to the podcast and are only told things that we say. So maybe they've been told. Maybe certain people have been told that we just talk shit about athletics in general.
Maybe.
Which might be true. Maybe that is true. I don't know. Maybe it's true. But there is nuance involved there, and we love our baseball program, and we have shown our football program a lot of love. It's been mostly marketing and like game day problems, fundraising problems. Yes, there's been some on the field problems with football specifically, but like we've talked about that specifically and only really recently started like bubbling that up because of the poor performance. Like we gave a whole year pass, frankly, on poor performance, and only started talking about poor performance in year 2. But the other poor performance has been how the athletic department has been run, and we've been talking about that now for years because it's been poorly run for years now.
Sure. I mean, also, I mean, it's kind of a weak argument, right? Because what are we? If we don't love Georgia State, what the hell are we doing every Tuesday night? Like,
Oh yeah,
I mean, come on. We all three of us love Georgia State. We want to see it succeed. We want it better. We want athletics to, promote the program, bring in donor dollars, expand the program, move up division, like conferences. We want the school to become more high profile. Like, we want all those things desperately. In fact, we'll take half that. Like,
right.
A fourth of that.
We're not, media. We're not trying to be media, so to speak. So we're not going to be licking the boots of anybody or licking the butts of anybody that's, just to try to stay in good graces with anything. It's we tell it like we talk about how we feel about it. It's three guys in a bar talking about Georgia State.
David, you are the ass of 25 according to Georgia State University. I can tell by your shirt. You're the ass of 25. Yeah. Oh. And so, people that want to lick butts should want to lick the ass of 25.
Of 2025.
Class of 2025. Yeah, I know.
Ass of 25. Sorry. I think we have an episode title right there, Ryan. I think you
there's somewhere in this podcast where I just start smiling, and that was why, but I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, my kids got me this shirt from it's got my name on it, like somewhere down here with all the other 500 people that graduated. Nice. Yeah.
That's good.
I'm sure after one wash it'll be faded so much that you can't see where the name is.
It was my second misread of having you on camera, and so I figured I may as well just nail
go at
it.
Let's go for
nail
it.
That
Let's go for it.
25.
Whoa, there you go.
Hey,
we're not gonna lick it. We're gonna nail it. Watch out,
man. We are dangerously close to last call.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that maybe we should show. So I think you're right, Ryan. I think that there's probably been some kind of a communication, water cooler talk about, hey, the state of Atlanta guys, if they come around, they
don't
say
be
bad
nice
things
to them.
Or not necessarily not be nice to them.
Don't
but
acknowledge.
Yeah, they'll
talk
take whatever
shit
you
about
say.
Us.
Right.
Like, no, we talk shit about you, Eli, not anyone else, all right? And Cobb. You, Eli, and Cobb, frankly. Like, everyone else, I'm like, man, with better management, could do so much better.
So much better. But I think we should make sure Strom sees us out there. So we always talk about going to baseball games. We need to try to get out.
We need to get there some more. And final season at the bus lot, right? Just show them some love. Like, make sure hey, look. Basketball might not be so super fun to follow the rest of the season, so baseball might be it.
Baseball starts that Valentine's weekend. It's the 13th, 14th, and 15th of February. It'll probably be pretty cold.
Ooh,
but they're playing New Orleans. They're playing New Orleans here for a 3-game series. I mean,
who's
Ryan? You could have a.
Is that a school?
New Orleans University of New Orleans, something like that. New Orleans,
right.
yeah. So Ryan, we can do a jambalaya bowl or boil or something like that.
It's actually closer to way closer to me. It's a lot easier for me to go.
Yeah,
I almost bought a house that neighborhood over. I was really close to buying a house right there.
You were really close to it.
Buy a house right by Hendersonville, and then they move everything away from there.
Well, the funny thing is one of the reasons I didn't was knowing that they would move things away, and then I was like, oh man, I could have got a whole season there. That I didn't know because I was lied to by, the athletic department and development.
It happens. All right.
We were all lied to. So
pretty much.
It's the way it goes.
And that's not
right?
why I didn't buy the house. I don't want to tell people oh man, I didn't buy a house because of that. I mean, there were a lot of problems with that house. A lot to like about it too, but also I could have bought a house for a season and not had it, or I don't know.
There you go.
And then
if anybody wants Ryan's actual address, I do have it. Just hit me up, and I'll or maybe I'll put it out there on Twitter. You can see what kind of house he actually did buy, which he turned down the Panthersville house for. So
they're both really big houses. I'm so rich.
Yeah, you're so rich you keep your drinks outside.
For anyone who doesn't know me, that's such a joke.
You are rich in life. A beautiful wife and a great kid. You are rich in life.
Yeah.
That made me nauseous even saying. All right, that's it. So we finally got some football news we've been looking forward to since, I don't know, like week 5 or 6 of the season.
Did we? What do we get?
Some staff updates. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coaches are gone. The most, I guess, prominently or highest profiled are the defensive coordinator, Travis Pearson, and the associate head coach, special teams head coach, Carter Blount. So those two
were they gone with another thing announced, or are they gone because we made a choice to make them leave?
That has not been. They have not been announced going anywhere else because we have 4 other guys.
Right, no, that's fine. That's good. Okay.
We got 4 other guys that have all announced that they are joining different programs, or it's been leaked that they're joining different programs. So yeah, this one is, and based off what you can see online, it sounds like that maybe this was a done deal a few weeks ago, but they waited for it to leak.
Coincide with things that we were told, right? It was that there were things happening. It's just not being publicized, whatever.
And why not? Why
But I don't understand
not
why.
publicize it? Like, I don't understand. So it's not uncommon. It is common that when you've got a program that's not achieving the success, and there will be coaches that are be gone, it's that day after that last game. It's like, we've parted ways. Thanks for everything you've done for us. We're going in a different direction.
We're piecing out these people. Moving on.
Your services are no longer needed. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, we got some guys gone. I don't know if that means any more will be gone. We lost the defensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, defensive line, offensive line, safeties, director of player personnel are all gone.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
It's 6 people. Yeah, offensive coordinator though is Hugh Jackson is still there. I don't know how you feel about
a big problem, right? Like we all sort of looked at our defense and said, man, our defense was maybe fine. Could have. Our defense was good enough to keep us in some games. Our offense was the one who really just made it so that there was no hope.
Right. Right. So, but also, again, and I don't know how much of this would have been Hughes' decision versus McGee's decision, but we had that weird quarterback issue all season, up until the last 3 games. And, and when Cam was starting, things did look a lot better. I got hurt. So there are some changes. I don't know if there'll be more changes, but that's going on. It is interesting. Some of the guys that left, we have Hawkins went to Syracuse.
Saw that, yeah.
Wilford went to Arkansas, and O'Neal went to Texas A&M. So these are guys going to, and all in the same role. So they're going to big.
Brian Ross, he went to South Alabama.
Yeah, we have a guy that had to move down to Mobile for the same job. That one maybe not the.
I don't know. There's no Magic City down there. That's all I know.
Did you hear about Booger McFarland in Magic City?
Oh yeah,
Ryan, did you hear about that? Whichever bowl game, Booger, which was that? Which one was it?
The Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Pop-Tart Bowl. Yes. So they were talking about what it's like to be able to go to a bowl game as a player, and he made a comment that when he went to his bowl game, he got $900 and per diem for the 4 or 5 days that they were there, the week they were there. When his was the Peach Bowl in Atlanta, and he said, I spent it all in one night. I don't have a lot of memories, but there was good wings. So everyone knows exactly where he was.
Good times. On national TV. It was great.
Well, Pop-Tarts Bowl is the people's champion, so
it is. Everyone loves it, man.
That's weird.
They've found a good way to take something that's kind of been mundane for a long time and add a lot of spice and energy to it. The PlayStation, the Sony Xbox, the PlayStation, Sony, Microsoft, Halo, Xbox, the Xbox Bowl, whichever one was that, they had a lot of fun with it too, didn't they?
They did. Yeah.
They Master Chief handing out the trophy, and it looks like an Xbox and everything.
Right.
So,
yeah, lean right into that.
Right, exactly. I think they were actually giving out Xboxes in the crowd to people.
Really?
That's rad.
I may be wrong. I read that somewhere, so it may have been a lie, but I read that. In addition to the staff updates, I don't really have anything about the recruiting necessarily, but I did look at the recruiting rankings,
Where are we at? How
And
are we doing?
for the 2026 season, we're second overall in conference when you take into account high school and transfers.
Okay.
And transfers alone, we're first. We're first in the transfers we have coming in as of right now, according to
As of right
247
now, yeah.
Sports.
Sounds like another good recruiting class on the horizon for
Well, it's
McGee
still
that
a
hopefully-
few rounds, right, of like transfers. Is that
Well, the
True.
portal closes. I think the portal closes on the 16th or like 15th or 16th or something like that. So we still have time
Yeah.
for things to change.
when does it
But
open
as
back
of
up?
right now, no, they only do one now.
Mm-hmm.
But they made it
They got
less
rid of the
confusing.
spring.
That's good.
They got rid of the spring portal. So
I
Can
feel
you
like
imagine
every
how
like
many-
4 months it was like popping back open. Like every 4 months when there wasn't a like the season happening. Every 4 months it felt like there was just like something.
I think a lot of it is just people announcing that they will be entering the portal.
Maybe.
Not necessarily that the portal's not actually open yet, but like
Right.
I am going to enter, so I want to stop playing to not lose eligibility years or something. Because like if you didn't play more than 4 games, you could not count that year or something. I don't know.
Could you imagine if you're like a player that's not paying attention to there is no other portal open date coming up, and you're like, no, I'll just wait for the next one. You're like, how do you even?
Well,
If you don't get a
I
home,
think-
what do you do? Can you still go somewhere?
No, not until the following year. I think I saw
Oof.
something that said that 30% of players that enter the portal never find a new home.
That's gotta be rough.
But yeah. So
Which
that's
is
the
so
thing.
weird 'cause
That starts evening out though, right? It's like like you have all these people who leave and go to the portal, and you start probably having people who stop doing that, like the same people who would have like announced for the draft but then decided not to instead. Those are going to be the same people who like don't go to the portal, like who think they might go to the portal, and they're like, oh, you know what though? Like I'm not going to get picked up by anybody better. Why would I do
we
that?
talk about the tampering being an issue, right? About teams contacting players and saying, "Hey, if you go to the portal, this is what I can get you." Whatever. Maybe that's a better way of doing it because then at least the kids know when they go into the portal they're going to get something, and maybe once they
not?
enter,
Why not?
another team will want to compete with them. Versus just going out there.
If they mean it, if they're not lying, right? Then that's great. Like by all means, tell them that you'll take them and just like solve that problem. Like yeah, you got to be on the market for X number of days. That's fine, but like tell that person beforehand that you have a landing spot.
You mentioned the NFL draft. It's the same thing. Some of these guys that do go early to the draft, it's because they have agents and others that are like, hey, we've done all the analysis on you. And we know if you go in the draft now, you'll probably get this, here, whatever. And if you go another year in college, you potentially could. That's the same thing that happened to RJ. The story about RJ, and I've not heard of this from him. It's just been like from what people have said that seem to know what they're talking about was that the agent or whoever was talking to him was like, right now you'll go first round. If you go another year, you have no idea what's going to happen. It could cost you up to $6 million if you stick around and don't have the type of season you had this season. So yeah, you tell somebody
you can't do much better than first round.
I mean,
You can only go down.
dude, first round coming out of Georgia State.
Yeah, you can only go down from there. So it's like, you know what? Yeah, take that advice. It's good advice.
When I heard that, I couldn't fault him for that, because like if he was like going to be a 5th rounder or something like that, oh man, come on back here, let's do some magic and everything. But yeah, you're gonna if there's credible evidence, you're gonna go in the first round, make gobs of money. You got to take that. So no harm, no foul. I got nothing against it. And I think that he's come back. How cool would it have been if I got to graduate in the same class as RJ Hunter? Is he on this shirt? Because
I was gonna say all the better that RJ has like stayed connected. Like we still see him pop up to games and all that stuff in his what I like to call pajama chic. His style, style.
Come on,
His
it
homeless
looks
chic,
good.
pajama chic. I love it, but he does look like a homeless person who fell into some money.
Did you see the picture? Ryan? Did you see the picture of someone handing $1 to Ian McKellen? He was sitting on a park bench, and they thought Ian McKellen was a homeless guy.
He's one of the most famous actors of all time.
I know.
Wow.
But
All
yeah, so
right.
yeah. But and then on top of that, RJ sticking around in spite of the way things went down with his dad and the same athletic director being there and everything. The fact that he still wants to be
Yeah.
around the program is awesome.
He knows we were out there yelling his name, screaming out everybody, and cheering. Those were some of the
All
best
the time.
fan days of basketball of all time for Georgia State. And it's like, man, he knows. He knows that we love that guy. He's like, man, I'll show up and they'll just be like, they'll just love me.
Hey, at some point in the
We will.
future, there might be a head coaching job available and a new AD. I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause he's in the
Blake doesn't know anything about that, right? So like he's clean, right?
he got into
Can't be
coaching
worse.
with his dad, isn't he? Is he still with Tulane, or did
I think he is. Yeah, no, I think he's at
he actually
Tulane.
take a role somewhere else? Maybe I don't know.
Thought well, he could just be there as a fan or like supporting his dad, but I swear, looking at his either X or Insta or something like that, he's taken some like photos and videos of practice and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Right now, I want to say that I heard something maybe that he got. No, it says he's still assistant coach.
Is he?
Well, Wikipedia says he's still an assistant coach of Tulane.
Okay.
But yeah, so
To me, that's a
that's
little
good.
sus, a little nepo, like I'm not sure if it's like, how good of a job he's doing. Like we've seen coaches come in to our program who were just like had a name, right? And it was just like that's what they were, and they didn't really do a whole lot. They didn't really come to games even as as offensive coordinators. Just purely example. I don't know if there's an offensive coordinator in particular, but there might have been an offensive coordinator in particular who did not show up to games even, and might have just been like a name on paper.
The Jags, was it Jags? Was that who it was?
Hey man,
Might
I'm
have been
trying to be cool, man. That might have been this person's name. I'm not sure exactly, but there might be an offensive coordinator named Jags who was nicknamed Jags who did not come to games at all.
Hey, that's optional,
Yeah.
right? You still get paid.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, whatever your contract and agreement is whatever your contract and agreement
Well,
is.
in the NFL, they're game day checks, but I guess for coordinators, they're just show up during
Checks.
business hours checks.
Did he even do that? I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
I have no idea. Maybe he was.
I mean,
maybe he was
they-
just.
they-
Maybe he had
they.
the title. Maybe he had the title, but he was recruiting. Sometimes they bring the
Maybe.
guys in just recruiting, and you say that you have the OC coming. But that's weird, though. Could you imagine, like, you go to a program and the offensive coordinator is just not there? Like, it's so like sus to us as fans. But could you imagine what it's teaching or what it's making the actual players feel like? All right, this guy came in my house, sat on my couch, recruited me to be here to play, and then the dude's
Said
not
he was
here.
going to coach me. And he's
Yeah.
not
Just
even
didn't
fucking
show up.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, he's in the booth.
Oops.
He's not in the booth.
He's not even in the booth.
He's in.
No.
He's
on the phone.
somewhere.
No, I don't even think he's on the phone.
You couldn't get our games back then. You couldn't get our games on TV or anything.
Yeah, that was rough, man. Anyway, sorry, that was a little sidetrack. That worries me about him following his dad around. We're talking about RJ. Like, that does worry me a little bit that he doesn't seem to be picking it up on his own. But he came here and did pretty all right. He was following his dad, so I'd be willing to give it a shot for sure. He's royalty here.
Oh, I mean,
He gets to do whatever he wants until he
I would
fails.
be all in. All in.
Yeah, I think
Come
that-
back.
I think that he still wants. He needs to still get some more experience. Like, he's there with his dad. His dad's kind of showing him the ropes of what it's like to be a coach and teach him all that kind of stuff. And then go. Also, he won't be he's not going to go straight from Tulane to be a head coach somewhere else. I mean, unless he's going to like a D2 JUCO school or something like that, just to get head coaching experience. He'll probably go to another program, maybe get something that's in a power conference or in a I guess really power conference doesn't apply to a major conference.
Do you know what
for
would have
basketball.
made this all easier for like Hunter to come back? If we're in the
What's-
same conference.
My God.
It'd make it that much easier for him. Like, oh, that he's gone. Oh, okay, cool. They need a new head coach. Well, they have a new AD. Hey, can I come back?
Yes, please.
Sure. Like, are you going to reject that? I don't think so.
I don't know. I think. I would love to see the success we had under Coach Hunter, but I think that it's probably best scenario for him to not come back to Georgia State.
I know.
Could you
Sadly.
imagine though? like Coach Hunter, the AD, Coach AD Hunter.
Could you imagine somebody with his personality, his charisma, his enjoyment for the limelight? Man, every single press conference, every single announcement, everything would be just so much energy and so much fun. And you know he's going to do something. He's got to keep his name in the news. He has to keep the camera on him. He's going to be doing stuff that's going to be getting attention. No, man.
Cheating.
Ron
Cheat
Hunter,
to win, baby.
Cheat all day.
He wouldn't be Coach
Cheat
AD, my bad. He'd be AD Coach. He'd be AD Coach Hunter, you know? I mean, that's what he'd be at that point if he was our AD.
I just thought about Coach Hunter and McGee side by side with each other. It's like the energy.
Do you think he could wake up McGee? He could just wake him up. Like he could just like slap him in the face and just be like, "Wake up!"
Now you made me think of like a Chop Suey from System of a Down. Wake up!
Wake up! Yeah, it's like smacking him around. Just wake up!
Back in that tournament time when Ron was on TV with Charles Barkley, like all the time, whatever. He got Charles like up and going and having a good old time. Charles was pretty easy about doing that, but like he really got Charles going during everything. So I was kind of surprised.
And I remember the discussion back then around that being like, who is this Coach Hunter guy? Who's this guy who's like doing all this talking? He's fun to watch. He's fun to like. People were talking about that weren't Georgia State fans. Were like, man, who's this guy talking out here? Coach Hunter's cool.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what's going to come out of the guy's mouth next.
It's actually kind of surprising that he didn't go the media route with everything.
I think he was definitely.
True.
I think definitely. I think he was keeping that door open. You know, it felt very much like he was keeping that door open, and he should.
And maybe
He's
that's
good
what,
at it.
Maybe that'll be when he stops coaching. That's what he'll do. I would definitely watch anything that's got Coach Hunter talking. Georgia, or not talking basketball or anything he wants to come out of his mouth. So
I wonder how often he got some wings. I don't wonder how many wings he got and how often he went. Wings are good.
Oh, I have no idea, no information about that. I think that's pretty good for last call, guys. Right? Or head over to last call.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Tim, you want to take us out of here?
All right. Thanks for listening. We're going to take a quick break here. Head on over to last call. If you like what you heard or you didn't, consider joining our Patreon anyway at patreon.com/State of Atlanta. You get live stream access to last call, discounts on merch, group chat, which has been quiet lately, but it should pick up soon.
Holidays, man. Holidays.
It's the holidays. Everyone's doing some holiday stuff. Everything else. Breaking news, adult beverages at tailgates, hopefully one at a basketball game upcoming, and more. Become a fan of the show for $5 a month. That's all it takes. We'd love to have you aboard. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.